Welcome to another episode of OFL News. Just gonna jump right into things. He's sitting here with JWoww, the Warriors head coach, and Bunglas, the Punishers head coach.
What's going on?
We're getting invaded by everyone, look.
Oh man.
Holy, the biggest audience yet. Anyways, predicted that the Snowhawks would beat the Raptors. That was correct. I predicted the Bruisers would beat the Spartans, which was way wrong. The
I
Spartans
got
actually,
that right.
the Spartans actually blew out the Bruisers. But really, that's not a surprise because Raider wasn't there, Knight wasn't there, and no shock that they lost under Dulux and Matthew.
Yeah.
I predicted Panthers over Huskies. I was wrong. No surprise though, really, because Epic Ben, or Philadelphia's name is now, came to me and told me that he's having some problems in real life and can't really play that much. So not really surprised. Ducks versus Warriors. I chose Ducks. They beat you guys.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I couldn't go.
The last game was Punishers versus Firecats. But I chose this game to be close, and it was not close at all.
It was over.
You guys stomped.
It was over.
Yeah.
You stomped on.
I want to say thanks to Possessions for not recording anything in that game, including my 3 touchdowns, interception, safety, and sacks. Well, safety got called back because there was no recorder.
It's alright. We all know in our hearts.
Yep. Okay, so now sitting with JWoww, the Warriors head coach. Let's begin talking about the Warriors. In Season 1, the Warriors were a powerhouse, but nobody even could touch them except for the Punishers. The Punishers actually ended up being...
And the Spartans, you're forgetting about the Spartans.
The Spartans had an easy
Yeah.
schedule. They lost to the
No,
Warriors.
no, dude, but it was close. Like, it wasn't blowout.
Yeah.
We blew them out, so, you know. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about versus the Warriors in the regular season.
I don't know. I still don't think the Spartans were even close to the Warriors, honestly.
FFC was closer in that semifinal game.
So they went undefeated in Season 1, like the regular season, 6-0, 7-1 including playoffs. But ever since then, you guys have gone off the rails completely with a record of 1-10 in the last 2 seasons.
2.
1 or 2-10, 2-9
Yeah.
or 2-10.
Yeah, I don't know. We have 2 wins last season.
Well, that's
But
still
it's bad.
pretty bad.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, basically with last season, it was me hosting as an assistant coach every practice and whatever, because Verlian just hasn't had the time to really coach or do any of that stuff. But I mean, then players started dropping out in Season 2. Lost guys, especially at the end, and then the season's just been a mess.
So what exactly happened? Like, what can you pinpoint the problem to what's going on with the Warriors?
And inactivity. From Season 2, Verlian, he had bigger duties as commissioner and whatever. And then the start of Season 3, I was semi-active, hosting practices, whatever, but I run out of time with real life stuff and other things going on. You just haven't had an active team, and with an inactive team, you're not going to do much compared to other teams like FFC, Punishers, teams who practice every day and are constantly getting better.
But isn't that your fault, though, because you're the head coach? You're supposed to get them active?
Yeah. I mean, I have to take full responsibility for what's happened this year, and I do, and it's been tough. And especially seeing a team that I love so much from first week in Season 1, and then just seeing how bad we are now. It's hard.
Okay.
But, yeah, we're always looking up, hopefully.
What is your
But other
guys'
than that,
What is your guys' goals going into the future? I mean, you just can't continue on like that. I don't know if you have any plans for the team. I don't know if you're going to be the head coach next year, unfortunately.
No,
No, you're not going to?
No, really, I talked about it, and neither of us have time to do it. So I guess we can announce it now, I guess, but Logan.
Oh, Logan, never mind.
Logan will be the head coach in Season 4 Warriors, and Verlian and I will be stepping down just later to the level of being players. Just no coaching duties because we haven't had the time. And I mean, it's hopeful. You know, you got to be hopeful if you want to do good. But yeah, I think things will start to look up. You know, hopefully we'll try and turn it around.
Okay, so this season is basically one to forget. Nothing can really happen this season. You guys are pretty much out of the playoffs. Well, you guys are out of the playoffs. Uh, do you guys have any set goals for next season? I mean, I don't know your whole roster, but I can tell you that you guys are lacking some big pieces. I mean, with you and Villion just as players, I'm a very firm believer that your quarterback should be at least an assistant coach. But
Right.
do you guys
I mean,
have any plans to get any players back? I seen Villion actually a couple weeks ago was talking on the wall, and he was offering players from season 1 spots back. Do you guys plan on? I mean, the draft probably won't help you. The draft is really tricky to get good players, and I just don't think that you have enough picks to get enough good players to restock your roster. So what is your guys' plan moving forward? Or are you just going to leave that to the next head coach?
No, we definitely want to help out. I mean, especially with the team that we like and still want to play on. Well, I've been talking to Level, who I brought into the OFL. We were friends from the RCL community and whatever. And so we've been talking to him and Nuzzo a little. And possibly coming back, whatever. And we have a couple good players, like Gaga and Kakashi are a couple good guys we've brought in. And, I mean, basically our whole team is people we've brought in as rookies. Because nobody wants to come and play for an 0-16, as much as you look at it.
So, so I understand that you almost beat the Bruisers. I think, what was it, week 3?
2 weeks
Four,
ago,
right?
yeah. Yeah, a couple weeks
And
ago.
what happened there? You guys were so close, but
Well, two key moments in that game was at the end of the second half. I think it was a tie game, and at the end of the second half, they had a Hail Mary that they caught and scored on as time expired. And then start of the second half, they got the ball, and we intercepted it. And then unfortunately, we were at like their 30-yard line, and I had to go AFK. And then Avril QB'd, and his first throw was an interception. And that was a huge turn. I mean, that would have tied it up. And then later on in the game, we were just one defensive stop away from getting the ball and tying it. But we couldn't manage it twice. We couldn't stop them. And it's the defense, you know. Our defense was terrible that game, last game. Our offense hasn't been too much of a problem, but defense has just been atrocious.
Well, I mean, as I said before, your roster probably isn't gonna get much better from the draft. For the rookies, and I know stuff like that, but Logan, he's not really that well known. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure most people know who he is, but I don't know. I don't even know what position he plays. I don't know how long he's been there. I've seen his.
Yeah, he's planning on just being a coach, I think. And, you know, he isn't that well known or whatever, but he's at least dedicated, and he's active, and he wants to do it, so I have high hopes for him.
Look at Supreme.
Wow. Okay, so, do you honestly believe that Logan is the answer? I mean, this is 2 seasons now where Villion was a head coach. He bombed. You were head coach. You bombed. You said that you guys haven't had the time, but is Logan the answer? Do you think that he could win you a victory bowl? Because, I mean, that's what everybody's here to do. We're not here to come in second. Do you think Logan's that guy, or do you think he's just the best option that you have right now?
Well, I think he brings a new look from an activity standpoint, where he is online to host practices daily and, you know, play and help the team. Because, I mean, this season, just in every aspect of signing players, you know, hosting practices, I haven't been able to do it. And I mean, along with him coming in to coach, and then we gotta get better players. We have to try to bring people back in, especially at the start of next season. It'll be critical. So
Bunglist, your typing is so loud.
Oh, just crash those kids. Sorry. Go on.
there goes my crowd.
Okay, so Jayla, do you think? I mean, you guys, why did you guys lose so many players in season one? I mean, was it losing the
Ooh,
game? Was it planned before? I know a few players were planned before,
yeah.
but what really happened? Like, how did you guys go from
It
6-0 to like 1 or 2 wins a season?
it was Flaming, going to start up the Rams, and he brought Shadow and I think Vito and a lot of people left, and then Lord I think went to the um, lost Lord to the Panthers along with Endeavor, however his name's pronounced. And another good player we had that year was Playing Cool, who I don't even know. I think he just left Roblox. But, I mean, losing, I think there were a couple players, too, who after the loss just wanted to leave. And, I mean, after that game, we had, I remember 15 people on the team. And a lot of it was just people didn't want to stay. They wanted to, the OFL was growing, and they wanted to try new teams and work their way up. So,
Okay, so Bunglist, do you have any questions for him?
Who's your prediction to win the Victory Bowl this season?
ooh. Well, after that stomping of FFC, probably you guys. Punishers have looked very strong. But I think either Punishers or maybe the Raiders have looked good as well, and they added a couple good players.
So, no love for the Rams?
No, I remember playing the Rams, and we had to forfeit that game because of stuff, but they weren't as impressive, I don't think. I
Okay,
think you guys can beat them.
so when we've scrimmaged you guys and stuff like that, it seems like the players that you guys have brought in might have attitude problems. Maybe they're not as strong mentally as you'd want them to be. Uh, you guys are gonna have to get a lot of players to make up for that. Uh, I don't know who you guys' quarterback is. I think it might be you or Villion. I'm not exactly
Yeah,
sure.
this season it's been me mostly.
Okay, so with the cast of guys you have right now, if you had an active head coach, let's say Logan was active, but he kept the same team, uh, I don't think that would be good enough. I think you guys would get stomped next season.
Right, right. So that's what I was saying about bringing new players in, and we have to work our way. I mean, our offense has been pretty solid all year. We have good wide receivers. When I've done well in not throwing interceptions, we've rolled, but defensively, we really need help.
So, obviously, you guys lost a lot of guys to free agency, and losing guys to free agency is a horrible thing because, especially when you lose so many at once, you don't get anything back. Uh, it's not a good thing. You guys don't really have many guys to trade, so you guys are basically relying on this free agency week of this offseason to pick up a bunch of players. Uh, I mean, what happens if nobody comes over? What if everyone says, winless team, I don't want to play for them?
Right, I mean, we're gonna have to find a way to do things. Whether it be, we have to collectively get better at what we do, or we just, I don't know. I mean, getting better individually is what we really need. I mean, there's a lot of individually skilled players in the OFL, but teamwork also is a big factor. And I think our team chemistry as of right now isn't too bad. I mean, the players that are here want to be here. All the players who didn't want to be have gone. So, I mean, it's a matter of getting better, being able to compete against teams that are like the SFCs, the Raiders, and the Punishers.
Now, having your head coach as Verleon, the commissioner, must be not annoying per se, but it might be a little bit frustrating because he's spending a lot of time, obviously commissioning instead of coaching. Um, I heard he got a new computer that might help.
Yeah.
But really, uh, like I said, I don't know too much about Logan. I don't know what he will bring. Um, but we're gonna come to an end of this episode. Do you think that the Warriors next season will be equally as good or just about as good as season 1 Warriors, or what is your prediction coming into next season?
Well, I mean, of course, I want to think, with my bias and my team, that we will be better and as good as the previous team that we had in season 1 and be able to win games and make those playoffs. And I obviously, every team's goal is to get to the victory bowl. But I think if we do things right and we are able to get better, then of course we'll have a shot.
Okay, so gonna come to an end of this episode unless Bungus has any final questions.
No, no, that's it.
Okay, so good having you on the show.
Hmm.
It's good to see people like you in the league. You're a nice guy. You've stayed with your team through thick and through thin. I
Yeah.
wish you the best going into next season. I really do wish that you guys will pick up the pace. I wish you guys the best of luck going into next season. Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Good luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you.